Okay, morning YouTube. I wanted to talk this morning about a very popular model of Rossi 38 Special that has had some issues with regard to the hand grip, to the changing out of the hand grip itself on. And I wanted to talk about that, possibilities of what you can do and what I might do with my Rossi 351, model 351. First of all, let me do a little safety check here. It is empty. No issues there. Like a lot of you, I picked up this Rossi model 351 from Academy Sports. Really good price, right around $220, I believe. This particular model has the 3-inch barrel. I really like that. I'm really into 38 Special. You're probably wondering why the green here. When I bought this when I bought this pistol, there was this plate here was really jacked up. It didn't look like the bluing that is on the rest of the gun. It was all scratched up, and the bluing was all messed up. I happened to be working with some Duracoat as I was Duracoating my half ton in this zombie green. I happened to be spraying it, so I just decided that I was going to resurface the plate on the side with the zombie green Duracoat, and it's worked out pretty good. It's really tough. It looks good. Anyway, but I digress. The purpose here is to talk about the grips itself. So let me go ahead and first take off the handle here, and we can take a look at the frame itself, because the frame of the Rossi 351 is a little bit different. And it is very unique. There is very limited hand grips out there. And I'm trying to figure out, because I'm not sure I like this one. I sort of do, but I sure like to have some other options out there. Just removing the screw is how you do that. It's just a simple screw to take that out. Take this apart. And we can get a good look at the type of frame this is. It's almost a square frame, but what I did was I took and printed off a picture of the Smith & Wesson square frame and the round butt frame, and I was trying to do some comparison of the frame itself, and you can see that it's a little bit different than any of them. It's not really a round butt for sure, and it's not really a square butt one. And I wanted to make sure, because in order to find out whether it was going to work or not, I went ahead and ordered a round butt hand grip. This is a Pachmayr, a round butt hand grip, and I wanted to see there was one gentleman on the internet who had actually modified the gun, and I can see where that could work in order to use the Smith & Wesson round butt frame grips that are available to make it work, make the grip availability much greater. And so I was looking at this to try to figure out, will this fit? No, it won't fit in here. Obviously, putting a square into a round doesn't work. Something has to give. It's either going to be carving out the rubber on this to make this work, which is one possibility, or to modify the frame of the gun. And if you look at the frame of the gun, it's essentially just metal at this particular point. You could see, you could almost modify it. What I did was I made a template of the pistol itself, of the inside of a supposed Smith & Wesson round butt frame off this Pachmayr, and I I set this on here and I said, well, how much material would I actually have to remove? And you can see in this particular case, you'd have to remove quite a bit of material here in order to make this technically into a round butt. And if you look at that, let me just go ahead and draw on here. You can sort of see what would be involved in modifying this pistol frame in order to accept the J-Frame hand grips that are available. And there's a ton of them available, from the wood ones to these, to the shorties, to the large ones. And I'm thinking about actually doing that. In fact, I may do that. You can see that it's all metal. The pin still stays the same. Everything else stays the same. But this metal would have to be cut and then ground off. And I don't think it would really functionally change the pistol itself. It looks like there's still would be enough meat on there in order to actually, be very stable. You can see that I'm holding that different so that the lighting shows you where where that would have to be cut. So that's really the predicament that I'm in right now. I've tried a bunch of different grips. I tried the square ones. I had some Hogue squares. They don't fit. It's just not the same. So the other problem is that, and if you go to these round butts, there is a hole on the 351 located right here at this particular point. And it looks to me like if I place this Pachmayr grip, if I was successful in either cutting the metal so that it would fit, or cutting the grip itself, I'd end up with potentially a hole that would appear. And I'm going to try to line this up. And it still might not be right. See, you see that hole right there? I think that might appear. Now, if I look at the original Rossi grips, it looks like they have a little piece that's that sort of juts out here that actually covers the hole. You can see that when I put the original Rossi grip on here, back on here, the one that came with the pistol. You can see how that covers that hole. So that might be another issue, because this might be standard. I'm going to have to take a look at some of the other grips. I really haven't looked at them that closely to find out. So I'm going to do a little more experimentation to try to find out what exactly I want to do, whether I want to carve this one out or will I send it back to Amazon, because it really doesn't fit. But I do like this. I mean, it's very nice. So that's where we are right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this, and then I will continue once I've decided exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll show you the results of that. As I said before in the first part, I was going to make a decision on what I was going to do with my Rossi Model 351 3-inch pistol so I could start using some of the better grips. Well, I did make the decision, and as I showed you before, I used the template that I made to modify the frame here. I cut off a section with a hacksaw, a bimetal hacksaw, and then I used a file to smooth it out to try to match the contour for the Smith & Wesson rounded butt frame. Now, I kept filing on this until it really was fitting good into the Pachmayr hand grip, which is a Smith & Wesson round butt frame hand grip. So that worked out real good. It came out real nice. It's not jacked up. I was real careful about the filings and how I cut it, and it looks pretty good. It looks, if you look at the official Smith & Wesson round butt frame, it has a very similar profile. Okay, so the real test is to put it back together to see whether it fits. I did do a dry run test. I won't walk you through that. One of the things that I did notice is that because the Model 351 has a pin located in this location here, you sort of got to make a little bit of a cutout in the grip itself, either through drilling a hole, or I use a scalpel to just sort of carve out a little niche for this metal pin that goes all the way through. And that's the one that goes into the grips, the original grips, into this pinhole. So I did that. The other thing that I did was I carved a little bit of the rubber off here with the scalpel to make sure that it fit appropriately here and didn't buckle. So let me go ahead and put this back on, and you'll see the hole does appear. However, the grip is good. So let me go ahead and do a safety check before I start handling that and opening it. Empty. Lock it up here. Let me go ahead and get the grip itself. Put this back together. It's on there pretty good now. It's really nicely. See how it goes in there? Probably take a look at that. See how it goes in there nicely? And then that little pin goes into that little pin slot. So go ahead and squish these together. Okay. All right. Hold it together. Put the screw in here. If I can get this started here. Before I tighten it up all the way. Oops, there it goes. No, it's not tight yet. It's not catching. Is the nut on there? Yeah, the nut is there. There it goes. Now I've caught it. Okay, I can feel it. So sort of wiggle the rubber around, make sure that it's in the right spot all over before I tighten it down, before I cinch it down. Okay, do that. See where we're at now on the gap. Gap looks pretty good. Gap looks pretty good all the way around. It's on there good. No real excessive gaps or anything. I got good coverage on this side. As I mentioned before, I do have the hole that appears. However, this is pretty blued here. Doesn't look too bad. The grip is good now. Let me do one last tightening. Just to squish it down. There it goes. Okay, that should hold it on there pretty well. Okay. That's actually not too bad now. So, and the grip itself is pretty good. So hopefully that will help you. It's what I did. I decided to do. I needed to do something, or wanted to do something to give me some other options as I move forward with this particular pistol. So just kind of in a review, these were the original hand grips. I took and modified the frame itself and changed it from the square frame, which is not the Smith & Wesson square, to the round butt frame by taking off a little piece and doing some filing. It wasn't very difficult at all. Everything seems to function correctly, and I think I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them at my YouTube channel. And this is Prepper Bear. We'll talk to you next time.